Hello, everybody. It's Alex Shevchenko here, and as always at this time, I welcome you to the Friday Alpha Leaks. This is a live stream during which we are sharing with you the updates from Aurora, Near, and the wider crypto ecosystem. Thanks, everybody, for being with us today, and hello to everybody who are watching this in the recording. And for those of you who are joined us live, I'm reminding you that you're able to ask your questions on YouTube, X, and also in our Discord, so I will be able to answer this. So without further ado, let's go and cover all of the different things. Let me close my messages here. And we're happy to announce that there is the next launch of a token, and that is going to happen on Calyx. The token ticker is CFI, and this stands for ConsumerFi. ConsumerFi is the project that is focused on the AI. It consists, the logic of it is that based on the user interaction with different blockchain applications, this project tries to get the information about the user, what is interesting to the user, into a consumer graph. This is like your personal vault of your data. And if you wish to, you're able to allow other applications to get the access to this data, which means that third-party applications will be able to propose to you personalized stuff, which is pretty a great thing. As far as I understand, they have their own application, and also they are also integrated with several other applications with quite a lot of downloads and lots of monthly active users. So they are collecting quite a lot of data from these users, and the users are in control of the accesses to this data. I would encourage everyone to go and do the deeper research on ConsumerFi. However, from my point of view, the logic of the project and this idea is pretty straightforward, and this can lead to a much more convenient use of different applications by the users. I would love my data to be stored not in Google, but in something that I'm able to control and I'm able to take care of. The project is gonna the project token sale is going to happen for 1 week directly on calyx.xyz. It starts next Wednesday, and I really encourage everyone to go and check it out. And in case you feel that this is something interesting for you, you will be able to participate as always from any of the networks, thanks to Near and Tense being the backbone for the Calyx. I'm pretty sure that there will be much more information about ConsumerFi in the following days, so you will be able to get educated. And the token sale is lengthy enough so that everybody will be able to find their place, their convenient time to participate in this. There are lots of other projects that are in stock for Calyx, and follow the updates of the Calyx. One thing that I wanted to, as always, mention that this is not a financial advice. Please make sure that you're making your own financial decisions here, because this might lead to losses in case the token price trajectory is not what you're expecting of it to be. So please be careful. Moving forward, we are happy to say that, as usual, we're very big partners with Encrypted, the best Ukrainian media, and we're happy to support them on their next birthday meetup that they're doing every time in November. Encrypted has been always an amazing partner to us, and with this, you are able to find that in this birthday meetup, there will be quite a lot of known names here. And in case you're in Ukraine, especially in Kiev, you are able to go there and check in with Encrypted in Unit City. Moving forward, Near intent widget that is developed by the Aurora team, a simple plug and play widget for the near intent got integrated with Tone Meme Republic. And if you're participating in Tone Meme Republic, then you are able to perform the cross-chain swaps on the widget through near intents. Super happy to see more collaboration in between Tone and Near/Aurora ecosystems. This week was a pretty interesting event that was organized in the New York City by Hacken. And on that event, Declan managed to escape the basement, and he was able to go there and to participate in a panel named Securing Digital Assets Infrastructure. So for those of you who were there, you were able to see Declan and also talk with him there. The discussions were pretty interesting. We are waiting for the updates from Declan on this particular event. Earlier this week, I was posting a thread about my thinking around building things on top of the intents, and this thread was picking up quite nicely, which is great. And I would like to spend a couple of minutes on describing the opportunity here for everybody in the chat. So near intents is clearly picking up, and it actually got to the #1 cross-chain swapping infrastructure. This is highlighted by independent researchers as well as AI bots, and also by our internal data. The information around the stats on the swap and volumes and stuff like that, this information is it's very hard to get to the very deepest depth of it and make sure that the information is fully correct. However, what I can tell you that from the cross-chain market volume that we are able to track, near intents is able to deliver approximately 40% of this volume. The growth is tremendous, and clearly the technology is simple enough and it's useful enough, and also it is stable enough for everyone to experiment with it. And the interesting thing about this technology is that obviously it is very simple to use for the very straightforward use case of swapping assets in between the different chains, and this is what many of our partners are doing, including freshly released ledger integration of the near intents. So big sending regards to Ledger here. But besides that, the details on the protocol level are very interesting, and there are a couple of innovations that are happening on the protocol level here. First one is that the users from different ecosystems are able to interact with near intents smart contract on Near. The reason why this is happening is because this smart contract accepts, obviously it accepts transactions from the Near blockchain, but in order to identify the users that are interacting with the smart contract, we just use the messages that these users are signing. And which means that users from Ethereum, Solana, Stellar, Tron, and many other blockchains, they are able just to sign structured messages and send these messages to the near intents smart contract. And because of these, this really flattens out the user experience for these people. Now, suddenly all of these ecosystems and all of the users from these ecosystems can onboard into near intents, as well as any other projects that are built on top of near intents. And then there is a second piece, which is the deposit and withdrawal mechanics of the near intents that allows to have to kind of collect the different assets from all of the different blockchains directly onto Near, which means that all of the cross-chain use cases or use cases that include the liquidity from different blockchains can be built on top of intents. And one great example of such a use case is Calyx. So people from different ecosystems with different wallets are able to onboard into near intents, into Calyx, and they're able to use their liquidity from different chains to participate in the token sales. I don't know whether you have seen the stats here, but the users from 11 ecosystems have been participating in the Intellect sale that was happening a couple of weeks ago. So that's a pretty amazing thing. And it's not only the launchpad that you can build on top of near intents. You can build an NFT marketplace, and Hotcraft has done it, and it is already available. I'm in contact with several teams who are building prediction markets on top of intents. There are lots of ideas around creating indexes for near intents. Some kind of like automated strategies on top of near intents. And there are more and more of the things that are possible with near intents with advances of the protocol itself. And very soon, with the release of new features on near intents, the space for the developers and founders to create their applications is going to be much, much wider than just crypto DeFi use case. Moreover, the space will be much wider than crypto itself, because there will be lots of primitives that are focused on the ordinary Web2 applications, as well as AI specific applications. And because of this, and because of the technology being very stable and performant, I do believe that there is a great opportunity to start building use cases on top of near intents right here and right now. If you want to get more of the ideas behind this, I highly encourage you to go and check out this thread. There are lots of specifics that are focused on the developers and tech-savvy people here. However, it is light enough that many people are able to understand it. So I really encourage you to check this out and start building with intents today. The next thing that I was just publishing today in the morning, there are lots of discussions around near intents and the fees, and how the fees of near intents are connected with the near protocol. So I was posting this thread, and I would like to shortly. It's very, very fresh. So you might have not seen it, so I encourage you to take a look at it. But the most important things is that the fees are tracked now on our usual Dune dashboard. This is like the usual dashboard that we are using. So I encourage you to track this. There is this graph of the total generated fees, and you are able to see the fees here, how these fees are growing, and how these fees are calculated. In general, the approach to the fees that we are taking and how we are calculating these fees is absolutely in line with what decentralized exchanges and lending protocols are taken, and there are some specifics to it in order to make sure that we are not mixing up things. I would like to highlight the intention here with the fees. And there are fees that are going to the third parties. There is a portion of the fees that is going to third parties, but there is a portion of the fees that is intended to go into the near protocol. We're trying to figure out what is the proper legally compliant and the proper way that is going to be aligned with the decentralized notion of the near protocol, how these fees can be accrued to the near protocol as a whole, and we are figuring this thing out together with the legal guys and with the wider set of people. So as soon as we are going to understand how to properly do this, that the regulators are happy with this, and many other people are happy with this, so that nobody goes to jail and nobody gets fined because of some reasons, then I'm going to update you. But at least right here, right now, the overall metric that everybody are looking at, the total amount of fees, or the fees that are generated by the protocol, is available to you. And as of today, Near Intents has generated 5.4 million in fees. Moving on to the things that I mentioned previously, indeed, Near Intents went to the #1 cross-chain infrastructure, as it was highlighted by AI XBT. And another good shout out from Hasib from Dragonfly Capital is that yes, the fees are starting to stack up for the Near Intents. And maybe some of you are into the more kind of like Solana setup, and maybe you're watching Gaines' streams. And Ilya was also commenting on the fees and how these things are expected to be used for the Near protocol. Now we are moving to the meme contest, and I have three winners. So number 3 is from Leoton, and he's puzzled why there is a number 35 on Aurora, but we are going to figure it out closer to the end of this contest. The really funny meme from Zine77, and he gets the number 2, and the number 1 goes to the Bitcoin bulls of Near. Some kind of like a little bit of a meme to to joke about ourselves, right? So yeah, things are going down, and the ticker is Aurora, right? So I would like to share with everybody. Maybe you don't know this kind of lore about the Aurora token, and in order to do this, I need to go to the CoinMarketCap. Let me go here and let me find here Aurora. So the funny thing about this is that, and the reason why there is a 35, the number 35 here, is that if you are going to open up the price chart of Aurora token, you're going to see that at some point in time, I don't think that like there is a very high resolution here. So we see it's only $32, but probably somewhere here we are able to see the all-time high 35.43. That's why the number 35 is going here, and that's why Bitcoin Bulls is posting like a pretty funny meme about, just joking about ourselves that the token is going down. And I would like to explain to everybody what happened in the beginning of the kind of Aurora token here. The token supply that was available was extremely shallow, and it was only the tokens. In the beginning, the tokens were unlocked, only the ones who were in the possession of people who were participating in 3 public sales. And these were literally the only tokens available on the market, and the community was going crazy about it, and it was a complete discovery of the price back then at that moment in time. And that's why it was extremely hard to, it was very, very volatile times. That's why the price was shooting up to $35. But the more interesting thing to take a look at, from my point of view, and this is how I would encourage everybody to think about the protocols in general, not only about Aurora, is the market cap. So this graph is a little bit more logical. It shows what is the total amount of, like, what is the total cost, or what is the valuation of the protocol, literally. It is not the total diluted valuation, because the tokens are getting released over time. But in the beginning, though, the price was insanely high. The market capitalization, because this was a bull market, the market capitalization of the of the protocol was around 250 mil. And yes, because we encountered the bear market, it went down. But over the long period of time, it was not going down that much, and then it was actually started to increase. And there is some, like, it is more or less stable right now. There are some moves up and down, and this is a much better chart to take a look at. A very similar sentiment is right now with Zcash. There are many people who are saying, "Oh my God, take a look at the price chart of Zcash, right? What is this?" But in fact, the more important thing for Zcash would be just to take a look at the market cap, and this is how the market cap for Zcash looks like. And this is the thing that I wanted to communicate to you. Like, do not consult only with the price charts. Think a little bit more of this, and the market cap chart can be an additional piece of information that gives you that is available for you. So yeah, that's where 35 is coming from. I hope, Leoton, you get a little bit more educated now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let me just take a look at some of the questions here. We're pretty over time, so I'm not sure that I will be able to answer lots of these, but let's try. Okay. OGs. Hello. Rajesh is saying that his cup was stolen. Yeah, at some point in time there was like this merge available, like the true OG cup of Aurora. That's why I have this cup too. Yeah. Intel has announced the postponed TG due to high market volatility. Yes, indeed. They are trying to, as far as I understand, they're trying to kind of like agree with the with listings on centralized exchanges. So these things might happen. Do we have any specific rules for Calyx? We are trying to make sure that that the users are protected here, but there are some things that like this, where like with this postpones when the projects have the interactions with the centralized exchanges, then that it's very hard for us to influence. The thing that we are doing, we're doing the KYB for all of the participants. We know who are the owners of the companies. We know where to go to in case there are any problems with the tokens, and this information, like in case of the misconduct of any of the terms and conditions, these teams are going to be punished. I read recently that over 3.7k Aurora tokens were burned. Those gotten from near intent fees. No, these are getting from the execution of the transactions on the near on the Aurora smart contracts. This is a different piece here, and I encourage you to take a look at the Aurora token economy. Trillion swap, trillion before end of the year. You mean trillion US dollars being totally transacted over intents? I do not think that this is possible before the end of the year. Okay, what will happen to the fees from near intent swap? I think, like, please take a read of that Twitter thread that I was putting there. Okay. Will be there more blockchain adaptation into near intent? There are more blockchains that are going to get connected with the near intents, and we're planning to have 6-7 blockchains in November. Okay. Okay, in special alpha for near intents, unfortunately not at this point. But Ledger has integrated near intents. Will some part of near intents fee be used for Aurora in some way? There is no correlation at the moment that is in there. However, the teams are working on making sure that that this correlation exists. For example, the calyxes, users are able to use near intents, and they are when they are using calyx, and calyx is totally Aurora product, and any of the fees that calyx is generated are intended to be used for the to transfer the value towards the Aurora token. And this is the once again, once everything is going to be fine with the legal setup here, then the fees around calyx are the ones that you probably should be looking more towards the Aurora. And these fees are kind of like a part of the near fees. So I can tell you, yes, the part of near intents fees is used for the Aurora already right now. Okay, so more information on the intellects, and it is going to have to be on the next Tuesday. Trillion volume would be great, but I think it will take a little bit of time. Okay, then thanks everybody for visiting us today, and I'm saying goodbye to you. And as always, we're going to see each other in the next Friday Alpha League session in exactly 1 week from now here on YouTube and X. Bye bye.